Guys, can you hear me loud and clear? Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam. If everyone could
Walaikum
hear, just
salam
give a thumbs up.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, just that the mics of some disturbance are coming. I think apart from
I'll
that,
just put it on hold.
majority. Yeah. So I think you know that there is an option for thumbs up or to raise your hands. I will leave the possibility of probably at the end. You can answer any questions with me, and you can clarify anything what you want to. So let's just start off with this. So uh, I'm going to talk about, guys, concepts of what's happening now with regarding to businesses, HR functions, employees, and things like that, which are transforming and which are changing due to the COVID-19 situation. So I'm going to speak. I have about 39 to 40 slides, and I'm going to finish the 39 to 40 slides within about 45 minutes. I'll keep the balance 15 minutes for you guys to ask any questions what you want. I'm going to basically talk certain things which you can have a different view. I will back it up with certain data. You can later discuss with me how you feel about it. I will talk about some general research, reference research. I will generally talk about some things which I basically have monitored, and I basically think this is the right way, and this is how you're going to go ahead with it. So we have room to learn, agree to disagree, anything like this. So let's start off with particularly talking about me as a employee of a particular organization. Take this as you. So this has changed. COVID-19 has changed everyone's role drastically. And I will share you my screenshot, which was shared on the 25th of March on Facebook. I basically, when we went into a lockdown, by then I listed down about 15 to 20 trends overall which will happen. In general, overall, which will happen. And little by little, I just kept on, putting a tick as to how many of these general things have already happened. You will be shocked to know that, guys. You will be shocked to know that uh, there are about 60% of elements which have already happened. Okay, I just thought of it on 25th of March. Now about 1 to 1.5 months have gone, but this is how things have been transforming. So I will show that slide and we will discuss, and I'm going to build it on that. Talk about work ethics, working from home, challenges in working from home, challenges in regrouping, communications, what is difficult, what can we actually learn, what can we use, what can we do to actually make use of the time we have here. So first of all, guys, I start off with myself. You can see the slide on my left hand. My left hand slide is a particular, this is with the head of the CIM division, Chartered Institute of Marketing, where I basically run the world's largest center in training students in entrepreneurship projects. So these are postgraduate programs. You would have heard of something called Chartered Institute of Marketing. So this is what basically I do. I at a given time I speak to about 250, 200, about 200 students in particularly in a classroom, 200 to 250, and kind of contribute to the world's largest marketing class with this. Now from here I am being transformed into the second picture, where I basically wear a normal shirt, and you are lucky to see me here with a trouser, but 99%. I don't know whether you do your client calls like this. I just wear a sarong and I just sit comfortably in my couch and I do this. This is me doing a PhD lecture on entrepreneurship to a group of students in Sri Lanka and a few people who are out of Sri Lanka. And the third picture will be my starting slide. It will be in the middle and it will be my ending slide to show you what has transformed from the first picture to the second picture and the aftermath which can happen in the third picture. I hope it's clear, right? If you guys need me to tell anything in Tamil or Sinhala, just put a comment there and I can quickly do a quick translation if you all need it, right? The first picture is about socializing, about moving with people. And we have been actually socializing animals, if you call, where we discuss always about socializing. One of the non-verbal signals we always say is, you go to a client, just go and introduce yourself. We call this networking. Take out your wallet or take out your business card holder and give your business card, tell your name, introduce yourself, give a firm strong handshake and introduce yourself, be with him, socializing or networking is a must thing in a corporate event. It's a must thing. From there, can you see that our socializing is gone into this socializing in the second one? That is where currently the work from home thing is going on, and this is, I know it's applicable for you guys, it's applicable for everyone across any industry, unless you're an essential industry like the medical sector. The doctor can't do like this, he has to go to the hospital. Apart from that, third is, can we get ready, can we get our mindsets ready, what is going to be the aftermath of COVID-19? We are already in very hardcore language, we are already kind of in shit, whatever the industry you're going to talk to. Okay, because all industries, because of globalization, is connected to each other. We are in a real disturbing moment at the moment. But I will say that this is not the end, and I want you to listen to this again for the second time. We are not at the end. Even if the numbers reduce, even if the numbers reduce, even a vaccination is found tonight, even a vaccination is found today evening, even a vaccination is found by the time I'm talking, I'm telling you that this is not the end, this is just the beginning. There are more important changes, transformations to come in the future. The duration of this future can be 6 months to 2 years at a worst case scenario. This transformation can be 6 months. I'm not telling lockdown is going to be 6 months, okay? I'm telling you that this transformation may take 6 months to 2 years in fully transforming into what things are. The third picture is the aftermath of that. This is how we are going to start things, and I'll show you the change with whatever we have. So the curriculum it is going to change drastically in what employers will want from me, or what I can give to my employers to actually add value for their organization. So let's start off with 2020. How did we start 2020 on January 1st? I know all the organizations and I myself conduct a lot of training on the 1st of January in so many companies. They invite me to give, a speech on the 1st of January. And we always pray to God that make this year a prospective year, make it really good, make all our dreams to be achieved and things like that. Nevertheless, as we know, guys, we always live in a world of probability. And sometimes, in Islam also, it's taught us that, always be ready for either way. There can be good, there can be bad. Whatever it is, you should be having a contingency plan on what you would like to do. Like a lot of people take the example of insurance. Why do you go to why do you go for an insurance? Well, if nothing happens, it's good. If something happens, it's bad, but I'm going to reduce my risk with it's good. And most of the muftis have taken the example of the fact of what comes in Surah Yusuf during the time of Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam. There are a particular incident where Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam sees a dream of fat seven fat cows and seven thin cows, and it's about a drought which is going to come. So to keep things safe now, so that you will use the food which you have now to be saved for the next 7 years. So let's start 2020. This is my prediction, and I'm going to connect it with the organizations of what we are going to actually work with, how it works with yourself and things like that. This is horizon scanning. I call it horizon scanning. I will show you how to do a horizon scanning in the next 30 minutes or 35 minutes. Horizon scanning is about creating my worst case scenarios with my worst case risk. Creating my worst case scenarios with my worst case risk. There is a model to do this. You can just take a piece of paper and just draw it and do it. I'll just show you how to simply do it. That's not a problem, right? Just hang around for about next 25 to 30 minutes. This is my introducing, this is my screenshot of the worst case scenarios of my horizon planning, which I just created on the 25th of March. I'll show you the screenshot. It ends here, and I've dated it as 25th of March, coronavirus 2020, COVID-19, and I said Corona 2020. Let's fight this. And I have also said within brackets here, just in case, take a screenshot of this with you, where you want to talk to me, you can discuss me, you want to challenge this, you can go with it, right? Point number one, the coronavirus keeps spreading to every country. At a point, it is going to happen like that. It has already happened almost. Other new viruses keep emerging in between. That has already happened. Even today, if you follow the news, there is some kind of a talk going on of a different kind of a virus or a sickness which has come. Third, I am taking it separately that coronavirus can have a second wave called coronavirus 2.0 also can come up, right? Now, organizations never expected this in January. But when did we hear about corona? December 15th or 12th or something, right? December 12th or December 4th, we heard that. අපිට ඒ දවස්වලම දැනගන්න හම්බුණා. But we didn't forecast it. That is why today we are learning about horizon planning. What's the horizon? To see the horizon, to see the horizon, to see ahead, to forecast ahead, to be ready with whatever we can work with ahead. This is good for your personal situation, for your personal branding. This is good for the organization because you're the person who represents the organization. Without you, the organization will be just empty buildings. So you have to actually keep one for yourself, one for your family, one for your community, one for your organization which you're working with. So you can actually see ahead of where this is actually going to. Bird flu will come out, and bird flu has already come out. So I just put a green tick there. There hardly will be a country left out of the affected list. How many countries are there in the world? Let's say 210 recognized countries. What I mean, all 210 countries will definitely come in to play here. By the time the world doesn't by the time the world doesn't get to normal, and after a few months, 2 to 3 months is what I mean here. After 2 to 3 months, we are kind of from March, from latter end of March, we've completed 1 month. I'm talking to you guys of a situation which can happen in the next 2 to 3 months. People may get frustrated, and that has already happened in some countries where things are out of control. Things in United States are pretty much out of control. Those guys have got frustrated within few days. Okay, the patience of us is actually, alhamdulillah, it's quite good, but some have got frustrated much more earlier. People will be getting further sick due to this current thing. Okay, not meeting people, not going out, not getting fresh air. We understand that everything in the environment is clean, but being at home for a quite long time can actually complicate things. So you have to see from your organization side to be a bit creative actually to reach to this particular situation. I'll tell you how companies have actually created opportunity in where we thought there is no opportunity at all. But you have to understand that, there is opportunity when there is even the worst case scenario. There is opportunity. So people will get further sick. People will be getting depressed strongly, and they say that in history there has been couple of times during the world war, during the great recessions and depressions economically, which has affected various cultures, various economies, various countries. There is something called the Great Depression. Eka Google karla balanda. You can just Google the Great Depression. Where has the Great Depression taken place in various countries? Everything like that. You will find that the Great Depression is again going to come back in also this particular era. So be very careful of your mind to keep a strong mind, because depression is for weak, strong, tall, short, anyone. Depression, it strikes anyone. You can be an executive and it can happen to you. You can be even a CEO and it can happen to you. You can even be a director and it can even happen to you. So depression is that the Great Depression is kind of going to strike us around the corner. If you are not mentally strong, if you are not mentally strong, kind of you will be vulnerable for this. There is no one else to motivate you unless it's you who is going to motivate you. You have to motivate yourself. You have to stand for this. Third one, suicidal rates will increase. It has already happened. There is a suicidal, the first suicidal to be announced from UAE happened yesterday or day before yesterday. Okay, I predict this in 25th of March. It just happened yesterday or day before yesterday. Suicidals have increased even in the West, even in Europe. In United States, it has happened. In Europe, it has happened. In the closest Asian countries, it has happened already in India. okay, due to insufficient ways of how to run a life, thinking that if you be locked down, kind of you might die with other complications, you rather kill yourself, kind of wrong decisions can come. So this will affect everyone and anyone, so it's up to you to actually make yourself really really strong. Looting will start to happen in every corner of the country. I don't know whether this is covered in your insurance policies, but I would like allow you to actually look into considering this. I've told my friends if they are having shops to actually get CCTV cameras fixed in, because looting will happen. I put this on the 25th of March. 28th of March, looting started in Sri Lanka itself, where Akil's outlet was broken by a guy, and that was a looting, of course, in a very innocent way. He broke the keels, got into the keels, and they were checking in the CCTV cameras. What the hell was he doing? What is he going to steal? What is he going to take? And poor chap was actually taking some baby milk powder to feed the kid. So he didn't take anything else. He just had no money. He had no means to ask someone. He had nothing else to do. He just broke the keels. He could have stolen many things. He could have stolen like other stuff, vegetables, soft drinks, ice cream. He wanted milk powder for his kid, and he just took a couple of milk powders and he comes out of it. But this can kind of increase in the next couple of months. All those countries who boasted about their great economy will collapse like never before. And United States is number one, China is number two, Japan, France, Germany is 3, 4, 5 in that particular order. All the economies is going to crash. Their economies is crashing is not for us to open our mouth and like laugh very good. Guys, they are, most of them are the buyers of our country. We sell tea, we sell clothing, we sell cinnamon, we sell cardamom to most of those countries. Our country will fall down economically if their country also falls down. And this is, I think you understand, it's the basic of economics and international trade. Millions of job losses can happen around the world. My research personally assumes that half to half of many companies who are very vulnerable, like in the hotel sector, the tourism sector, the sectors in that might actually get affected strongly. Drinking water and having a fruit might be a luxury. So we have to understand the definitions of luxury, which I'll go in the next 10 minutes in a few more slides. After a point, there won't be gas stations to fill in gas. There won't be electricity, water, internet services, and all this might get shut. Just imagine that you can't work from home, even you don't have sufficient data. It's because the service providers are not giving you enough data. I post this on 25th. I'm again saying by 28th of March, there were power cuts in Colombo and out of Colombo. There were some data drops and mobile networks like Dialog not working as usual, how they used to work as well. You might expect these kind of hiccups every having one meal a day would be luxury. So I think anyone who is fasting will relate to this. Apart from that, there are many people now in Sri Lanka, in the urban areas, more towards, the more Colombo are you, the more difficult it is for you. More out of Colombo area, you are more into organic stuff, and you kind of like changed into it. I have some people in Anuradhapura, and I've asked them, how is things hard for you guys there? They said, no, Anuradhapura, wow, everything is there for us. We are growing everything. Everything is there for us. In Colombo, we have buildings and we can't grow anything, so we are actually stuck with some food and things like that. After people not having money to buy from them, I have some friends who have started delivery businesses, and their per day order, these are small guys, okay, very small fellows, per day order is 100 to 150. Listen to this very carefully. I know people who started 7 orders a day. They just started 7 orders a day, sharing some WhatsApp posters with friends and family. And dang venakote egulang orders 100 to 120. Siya tekasi visa atara karana. They are saying that in the last 3 days they have found a small trend, not a positive trend, a negative trend. The 100 to 120 orders have reduced to about 85 to 90 only. Now, why is this reduction done? You have to understand this, especially in your industry, working with financials and things like that. As you know, there is a concept called cash is king. I'll come to the cash is king. It's in the other slides, right? I'll explain you what cash is king. At the moment, people don't have ready cash. They the supplier is there to deliver to your house, but you don't have cash to buy. You're asking, can you do you have a card facility? That fellow doesn't have a credit card facility because he does spot on cash business to manage cash flow. He gets 2 lakhs now, he dumps that 2 lakhs to the next goods to be delivered in the next couple of days. A king, he gets 3 lakhs. With that 3 lakhs he keeps his profit margin and he dumps the rest of the money to buy the goods again. Going on like this, he can't afford to actually work for credit. No one is going to give you credit now. He can't afford to work on credit. So what happened is, I assume that uh, deliveries will also come into hold if there is anyone who does not have spot on cash with them. By then, all paper currency will be outdated or not in use or not in value. All paper currency will be outdated or not in use or not in value. My dear students, these are worst case scenarios. Okay, don't think this is going to happen next week. It's worst case scenarios. It's called horizon scanning when we actually get prepared for the worst case story. By then, all paper currencies will be outdated or not in use or not in value. Just imagine if you would have 10,000 rupees. Ogalange saakwe almara ke ogalange purse ke 10,000 rupees tiyana then, right? But you can't buy a rice pack, and yet there won't be rice anywhere because you know, the farmers have got a problem in growing their rices and things like that. These are some of the predictions. As I told you, it directly and indirectly. Uh, guys, guys, can you mute the, yeah. It's every industry. The good news is, the good news or the bad news, I don't know to say, is that, you know, the good news or the bad news, I don't know, it's to say that you and I are not the only people in trouble. Every Tom, Dick and Harry is in trouble. Every industry, every Tom, Dick and Harry is in trouble now. So kind of like we are all together. Every country is in trouble. Those people who came online talking about the conspiracy theory from China owner coming mega kara, China purposely did it. I know, I've read through all that, guys. We went through all that, you know. Why did China send this to France? Why did Italy get, you know, affected? All this, guys, is all solved. The building blocks have already solved out, you know. It's not a problem. This is actually, China cannot collapse any other markets. If China collapses any other markets, they also get affected. One main buyer of Chinese products are the Americans. One main buyer. So for China to sell something, Americans need to have money to buy it. If Americans economy personally collapses, which is already happening, it affects China. So this is not where someone alone is going to rise up. There is not someone alone is going to rise up. I know in most lucrative industries, we can talk about, you know, the industry which you can see, which will have potential winners. But these potential winners are not going to be for too long. Can you follow up with me on this particular slide? I just clicked the slide, but I'm going from I'm just continuing my order. Okay, this is the agriculture slide. Okay, anyone who is in agriculture is kind of like good. Okay, kind of good. So start growing organic stuff from home, or get yourself hooked up with anything related to agriculture. E-commerce is high, especially how digital are you? How digital is your organization? As a person who does a lot of academic research reports, administering of entrepreneurial stuff for the last 4 years, which I have been studying and doing this and teaching and training at PhD level, I would proudly say that I'm not disclosing the name of a particular bank. I would proudly say that a bank who had no clue, a bank who had no clue of what digital marketing is, a bank who had no clue, no head or tail of what is e-commerce and m-commerce, who was the least interested to do, meaning the management is not interested, the customers don't want to talk anything about it, the employees just don't give a care about it, nothing. You won't believe what happened. In 4 days, they created an app. In 4 days, they created an app due to COVID-19 situation. They are bound to change, forced to change due to this current pandemic. Okay, they are forced to change. Okay, so I'm not telling you who the bank is. You can figure it out. You might know by now who it is. ICT, anyone in ICT, depending on what you're doing, you might be good, might be bad, depending on what you are doing. Okay, personal health, personal and healthcare, like medicine, pharmaceuticals, food processing and retail, and of course, yes, medical supply. Who are kind of in jeopardy is the tourism and leisure. Ahandama deyakne. I have some research happening in Maldives. I don't want to turn to Maldives and see the situation. It's that worst. And your bank has a branch in Maldives. I have taught to many of my students who are working for your bank in Maldives from 2006 onwards. Most of them, I've taught them there, and I know how the situation is, and it's kind of like really really hard. uh, okay, I believe it's the takaful which you have, right? Okay, okay, right. So that is one thing which we are into. So aviation and maritime, that is one thing. Automotives, nothing to talk about. Construction and real estate, because it's not a priority. Because it's not a priority, listen to this word, not a priority, because that's the keyword which we have to transform. Manufacturing depends. Financial services are currently in a moderate level. Depending on the priority you can actually create, you can change it. I represent a lot in this industry with the group of universities I actually associate with. We are kind of also in some kind of a transformational change, and I'm using the word priority. And finally, oil and gas. The key word is priority of essentials. If you can show and prove that your product is not a luxury but it's an essential, your product is not a luxury but it's an essential, you're a winner. How you prove that? You got to find out the way. You got to speak to your trainers, managers. You got to find out the way of how you can do it. I'll just tell you an example of let's say talking about in the education. One person can say, who will study a course now? I'm telling you, you have to study a course now. I'll tell you some good courses for you to study free of charge on the internet. Okay, I'll tell you. If you study now only, you can guys be equipped with what you can do in the next horizon when the next wave starts. What if the next wave starts? Remember, we are creating what if platforms. Likewise, the financial services today are kind of moderate. Today I was looking at the banking sector having a talk done on live on Facebook via Zoom. My good friend from HNB, Jonathan alias the CEO. He's the CEO. Yes, CEO of HNB was talking there. And as you know, HNB is quite a big enterprise, and they say that a lot of people, uh, they have seen a trend is that they are withdrawing money from banks, not because they are afraid or they believe that the banking sector might collapse. They want to follow the principle which is called cash in king, to have liquid cash in their hand. To have liquid cash in their hand. Guys, what I'm trying to say is that if I take you an extreme example, let's say I need a cash emergency now and I have a Benz car in my garden. I really don't have one, but if I have a Benz car in my garden, I can't sell my Benz car in the next 1 week to get some money. I have a motorbike, I can't sell it next week to get some money. There won't be buyers who are going to buy a motorbike, in this crisis situation, in a lockdown situation. So cash is king. To get this cash is king. They are kind of like, driving this into the next level, right? So uh, coming into where all this starts for an employee, starting with y'all. We start with our careers when we go to a job, is to understand what is my salary in this particular company. Remember these questions. This is my last slide. I'm going to end it when I end it in the next 25 minutes or so, if I can. Where do I start? Meaning, where is my first thing to do? Should I call customers, or should I go and work with some manager? Should I sit with him? What do I do? Where is my workstation? Is it in the first floor? Is it in the second floor? Right? Is he, small spelling there, is he good or shape? What type of boss do I have? What time do I start work? Should I start at 9 or 9:15 or 8:30? I work for a company which it gives two shifts. One starts at 9, one starts at 11:30. The guys who come at 11:30, they have to leave at 7:30. The guys who come at 9 leave at 5. What time do I basically start? When are my off days? I need to know. And finally, what benefits do I get? I'll show you how these questions have changed, and that's my last slide. And I'll give you some food for thought to actually think about it. Right. This is the post COVID-19. What the world is going on with. Understand that there is a great shift towards localization. Understand that your brand is not global anymore. Global organizations are off now. The bigger you are, the greater the impact. The bigger you are, the greater the fall. The greater the fall, the greater the hit. The smaller you are, the better you are. The smaller you are, the more agile you are. The smaller you are, the more local you are. I hope you understood what I said, right? The shift to localization is where now the impact is not to be the world's global thing, but it's to be the most localized thing to understand the pulse of your customers, the pulse of your clients, the pulse of your people who you want to actually deal with. So many people are now changing their approach of advertising, reaching to customers, reaching to clients, going through a different flavor. For the first time, I would say that I have ever seen uh, any campaigns being that localized. Do not ever generalize any of your campaigns. Number two, the digital push. The digital gets a real push. This is the time to actually be 100% digital. Depending on who you are, there can be people who are not digitalized, not digital savvy. You won't believe my phone has I have downloaded about 7 to 8 apps. I am ready to go on a discussion or classroom, whatever you call into. I'm like ready and transformed into go into it, which I never thought about it actually, like 1 2 months ago. I just downloaded everything what you have, from Google Scholar to everything, to sorry, Google Classroom, to whatever the other things, whatever you have, I just downloaded, because I have meetings and I have talk shows which people invite me, can you join this, can you join that, and I can't tell them that I have not heard of it. So I have to be digital. Everyone has to be digital. Everyone in your office has to be digital, even whatever, irrespective of their age. When I say whatever, irrespective of the age group, I'll just tell you that my dad is 75 years. I always kept saying him that, Dad, why are you going to the road and buying the papers and coming and reading, and we don't get this Botal Patrakara to come and get the papers? Stacks and stacks of papers are kind of like collected at home. I tell Dad, it's so easy. Just go on the Daily Mirror website, download the PDF, just read. That's it. And you know what my dad says? No, I want to touch the paper. My dad is 75 years. He says, I want to touch the paper. I want to scribble on the paper. I want to take a pen and write something. I want to see the smell of the paper. These are the things he told me. Do you know what? In the last 3 weeks, my dad is now digital. He has a tab. He downloads the paper himself and he reads. Just simply as that. Cash is king for business. That's to have liquid cash. As I said, I'll discuss this. To have liquid cash is very important. It's important for you. It's important for your organization. It's important for your clients. Know that your clients have a concern on this, and maybe they don't know the term cash is king, but here they are following the same principle. Cash is king. Even if you go to buy something from the vegetable seller, you show him a 1,000 rupee note and that fellow will say, Mahatya marunadda marunattam kamanna. He'll say like that. He doesn't want to sell you even if you don't give him marusali, because he doesn't have change. He wants cash with him. That's something more important. More towards variable cost modes. So we are looking at alternative costs, building sensing and control tower capabilities. We are looking at better control in whatever we are doing. Supply chain reliance is key to deal with suppliers, and being agile, shiftable, transformable is very important. So who is affected with this? We went through the industries here, and to show you some statistics of overall what industries have concerned. It's astonishing to say that in Asia, this is statistics not globally, it's in mostly in the subcontinent. 3% for IT, about 4% for finance, and it goes like that. Production thinks that the impact of COVID-19 has struck them largely, and sales, of course, 37%. The backbone of any organization is sales. Just forget about anything. That is it. You won't learn this in any marketing principle. You won't learn this in any marketing qualification. We always say that marketing is the thing, but the correct word for marketing is sales. In our teaching, we divide marketing separated to sales, but in practice, We say that sales is the marketing what you do. Sales is the main thing. It affects sales in all. It has affected small medium enterprises to the big guns in the market, to day-to-day entrepreneurs, to Facebook influencers, to Instagram influencers, to everyone. It has affected because all of them do sales directly and indirectly. It has affected everyone. A barber can't go and open his barber salon and cut his hair because he can't cut his hair. The people who come to the collect those hair, they don't have a job. People who sell scissors don't have a job. People who sell colognes don't have a job. So it's all connected in, I would say, all supply chain production to sales, all in all. Coming into HR, relating to human capital, I think you have to be very concerned about these kind of things when dealing with teamwork and things like that. The most concerned thing for a lot of people is the health of employees. So after COVID-19, we're going to all companies in Sri Lanka will have to have actually a very a very clear approach actually to understand how to use this concept, to make people to be very clean and things like that. Apart from that, transition to work remotely. Now that when you are working you can't sleep, you can't put your head in the desk and sleep, that, right? Okay, I'll tell you a small joke. You and I work for 8 hours in a company. There was one training which a guy was doing it. It's an international training. He asked from people, how many hours do you work from office? At office, how many hours do you work? Everyone raised the hand and they said 8 hours. He laughed. He laughed and he said, you're wrong. Again, guess actually how many hours do you work? Now people start to reduce the hours. They said 6. Why? About 1.5 hours will go for lunch, up and down. That this they said 6. He again laughed. He said not 6. Actually, how many hours do you work? And the correct answer actually came down to about 2.5 hours. What are we doing the rest of the hours? We are just idling, wasting time. This wasting time happens a lot in W work from home, WFH. It happens largely. So you have actually problems in engaging with them. Employees are kind of fearing about their job security, so that's a concern to actually to handle increasing workforce utilization. Making a schedule how people will work with dealing with uncertainty. uh, it's very nice actually that Amana is having workshop or programs like this. At least you guys will meet, all of you all in the department can meet in Zoom, take a picture and say that we had an event like this, and it was good. So it's kind of, you get that feeling that you're working in the company, rather than you're just staying at home and idling and getting depressed by looking at the same thing from home, right? So help employees with mental health, get someone to talk about health and things like that. So these are currently the biggest challenges, I would say, when it comes into this. Now, coming into the good and bad news is that, see whether all of you all have done anything from this. My first part of it is not work related. My second half is the work related things. How have you been using your time? How many words have you learned in the last month? Okay, you and I, in 1 month lockdown, how many words have we learned? Any new skills? Like, can you play Scrabble? Have you taken a course? Do you know Google Analytics have some good courses? Okay, have you taken a particular course? Language you learned. How many languages and how many apps you have used to actually learn the language? Guys, mewa mukut karla nattang, your 1 month is gone. Trust me, I also have not done this. These are actually my checklist. I'm coping up in actually following up what I'm doing here. Books and blogs you wrote. My friend, I think Azim Sahir, one of these days, I think he sent me a link of a book, he co-authored and things like that. And I actually shared that with others, saying that, I think, hey, this is an awesome work to write a book. Awesome time to write a book. If you don't write a book, you can probably start off with blogs. You don't know how to do blogging, it's okay. You can ask me, or you can ask anyone on Google. There are ways to do it. Just create, an email address through Gmail, and you actually created your own blog. Did you start your own YouTube channel, Instagram page, stories, TikTok? I mean, to keep yourself occupied. How many of you all know that the fastest growing in the last 1 month of social media possibilities is TikTok? Mark Zuckerberg is shaken up with the increase of people using TikTok, and people less using Facebook and Instagram. They can't find an activity to find themselves occupied with. What do? They TikTok. Did you talk to any old friends And how's your communication skills? Most of us have language barriers and all this. My dear friends, colleagues, it's time to talk to people. How digital are you with the organization? Have you talked digital stuff with your boss? Why don't you tell your boss, shall we do this? You study before your boss studies and go and do this. How many clients have you kept in touch with? How many clients have you sent a message saying that, just wanted to check how's things are and things like that? Have you given any greetings to them? Before fasting from a client of mine, I got pizzas. A goodwill. Like, hey, how's things? Just a courtesy. Just have a pizza with us today. We can't come and join you, so we are keeping our social distancing, but we are sending you a pizza. Why don't you send a pizza to a client and see how you build relationships with? Because you might be stuck in selling something to a client, but you're not stuck in communicating and building values with him. Finally, give them any rewards, like how people valued when Dialogue gave 1 GB per week, things like that. Start your own initiative with your team and boss. Boss, let's do some Instagram stories to create some awareness of lockdown situations, right? So essentials have become luxuries, and what has luxuries become? Luxuries have become, sorry to use this word, but bloody useless. I mean, we are all brand conscious whenever it is. If you have spent money for a Mont Blanc, what are you gaining with a Mont Blanc at the moment? If you have spent money with a branded suit, what have you gained at the moment? What have you and I gained if it's just a brand value? It's currently nothing much. Okay, so 2020 strategies are off. Your personal strategies, your organizational strategies, as I told you, when you start your company on January 1st, whatever you created, whatever the Excel sheets you created, whatever the KPIs you created, is everything off. You have to revisit them and restart this, and I'll share you some ways of doing it. Already in India, they said that employees are telling that no buses to come to work, social distancing. What are they doing? Okay, right. Hey, we will provide you bicycles. You come in a bike to office. Is this social distancing? Yes. Because double dagane under baha, you have to ride it alone. When you're riding, is it easy to maintain 2 meter distance or 1 meter distance? Yes, it's easy. Is it good to exercise? That is also good. It's mostly shocking to see that how many people are actually using this for their advantage. So you can't give an excuse that there are no trains, boss, there are no buses, I can't come in the car. You can't. I don't have money to put petrol. Yeah, just take the push bike, and you can, I think, utilize it. If in utilizing things, this is a excellent example which happened in Kenya. A guy who was just waiting like, what the hell do I do? What the hell do I do? You know what? He went to a beach side and collected all these dirty pair of slippers. You won't believe what did he make use of this dirty pair of slippers. He asked his family members if they can come and assist them to wash these slippers, and washed it nicely. Can we just make this a little interactive? Can you use your mic or chat box and tell me what can you do with dirty slippers before I go to the next slide? This is how dirty, and you're cleaning it. Okay, this is the first slide. This is the second. You put it in a basin and nicely wash it with soap. Before I go to the next slide, can you utilize your mic or the chat option to tell me what do you think you can do with this? See, I mean, these companies want a financial insurance institutions to work with them. If you can find small medium entrepreneurs, they will Wazim, good one, they will actually work with y'all. Reusable bags, reusable bags is happening now. Yes, I think it's good. Resell, washing the slippers and reselling it. Okay, fine. Using it to reproduce something. Jeffrey, I'm asking, what is that something? Anything else? Anything else? Right? Keep it coming. Right? Rubber toys. Who said that, Aman? Rubber toys. This is what he did. Rubber toys. Okay. Glass wipers. Wipers. Yes, yes. I think Mustaq. I think that's also good. Rubber toys, guys. Now why am I showing you? Why am, yeah, Nazira? Yes, like rubber items. Why am I showing you this? Is I'm not asking you to do this, but I'm asking you to find a person. මේම කරන කට්ටිය ගිහිල්ලා හොයන්න. ඒගොල්ලන් ඔයා encourage කරන්න ඕනේ. Go and find a person who is doing this, and you tie up with him. You can get all your your background of your organization to actually tie up with them to actually do something like this. That's an excellent thing what you will do. And this guy is making toys. There you go, there you go, there you go. Right. Quickly, and this is the final slide which happens there. Right. Just to quickly go on in the next 5-10 minutes. This is something which I want employees to learn. Two important slides. Add double shareholder value. Work more harder than what you've been working. Work more harder than what you've been working. God knows best, this might be our last chance to prove that we can do something. Okay, there are people out there who have lost jobs. God forbid if you if that's going to ever happen to any one of us. We've got to do something with whatever we know, whatever we have. Okay, so make sure that the shareholders support my initiative, that I support twice as much of that. Embrace change and reskilling. Embrace change. Be ready to change, because what we are going through we never expected, and so far I think we are embracing change really well. My dear friends, save money because cash is king. Look into government concessions, but also look into the out not the output, yeah, the output and the aftermath of government concessions. It's a big story, so I'm not going to waste much time in that. I am not that excited with the government concessions which they have given, but at least our government is doing that. It's very good. But after 6 months, there are some practical problems and issues, but it's a different discussion, I would believe. Have you considered, to be an entrepreneur throughout your company, to give entrepreneurial ideas for your organizations? Because this is the moment your boss, your team, your managers need your ideas. Your ideas will come only if you think that you're an entrepreneur. Employers, what can they do? Establish rules of engagement. Make people to engage. Reskilling employees to work. Look at who is the best. Maybe you can give your social media page to handle to someone who you have not given. Maybe that guy is very good at it now. Reinforce productivity. Empower frontliners. Frontliners. Give them the right to decide. Give them the right to do whatever they should do. Announce variable motivational stimulus. Rethink salary cuts. Look at alternative ways of what you would do. I have just put the word called Robin Hood principle. The Robin Hood principle is to, if anyone has a bigger salary, cut from him, and kind of cut less from the people who have got less salaries. In the colleges and the universities I'm working, that's what they're doing, and I really am fond of that principle. Safety measures when employees return to work, which we discussed. Have ice on the belly. Keep your cool. Surprise employees with gifts, pizzas, and things like that. With regarding to, guys, you fellows, since you're having more free time, have you updated your profile? Update your profile on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever it is your LinkedIn up to date? Okay, make sure that it's up to date, because your employers are now looking at people's LinkedIn to see what their strengths and weaknesses are. Do you have anything digital? Example, I never uploaded any of my training and lectures, academic lectures, okay, academic lectures, on YouTube. I never did that. You know what I'm doing now? I'm giving some free courses on my Intikab Zufa channel for anyone to learn some free courses. My basic lectures have been uploaded on YouTube. I want just people to learn, from it. So see, possibilities are doing it. How clean is your digital profile? How clean is your social media profile? Okay, show that you are a problem solver to your employees. Okay, go through some TEDx talks, get some ideas, brainstorm these ideas with your team. How much is your contact base? Your boss now really wants to know, how is your contact base at the moment? Who are you keeping in touch with? Take some free courses through Google Analytics. They provide you a certificate. It can be actually good to go with. Be independent and have a entrepreneur mindset when you want to actually drive things. A quick example in scenario and horizon scanning. It starts off with the slide to understand what we really know. It's just small. That's what we really know. But there is something called what we it's confusing. Okay, what we know that we don't know. This is what we know. This is what we know that we don't know. This is what we don't know that we don't know. Can you please allocate this lockdown climate to learn about this and make your organization benefit? We know a little, but we know that there is something we don't know also. but we don't know the size of the ocean because we have so much to learn on things what we really don't know. Try to empower yourself with this stuff. I think it will be really good. And this is my model which I was talking about. I create the environmental factors in this box. Okay, environment, socio, legal, and technological factors. I divide it into 4 areas, and I allocate my target into 3 directions here. The first one you can see is pink. The second one you can see is a whitish blue. The third one you can see it's a bluish blue. I said bluish blue. I don't know whether that color is real. Okay, bluish blue. Okay. I will also allocate the serious high impact areas with red dots. In social, these are the red dots. I have red dots. Do I have anyone which is high impactful? No, so far nothing. So far, whatever which I have, which is closer to this target, is actually orange. Can you see what is orange here? It is mid impact. So my impact here is very less in terms of socio-cultural things. But when I come here, I have one red here, which is an environmental high impact story given here. So my impact is high. So I look into my risks and I divide my risks into high risk, that's in the middle, moderate, less risk. What is the red dots? It's high impact, moderate impact, less impact. And I marry the two. That creates this model. Easy way to create this model is this. This is much more easy. You create your scenarios in your company to create, put it in your Excel sheets or a white paper or something and paste it and keep some things which you're certain, some things which you're probable, some things some things which is possible, something which unlikely will happen, something which will happen very immediate, near future, future, far future. My worst case scenario was given far future, right? My worst case scenario was given uh, really far away. Okay. I saw that question. I'll come back to that question. Okay, I'll reply you. And this is the last few slides where I have given you the notes, like what does this mean, what does this mean, what does this mean. I have given you that, and I am going to tell you 4 insights about WFH. Why do I use WTF? All of you know what this is because see, mamara WFH dakala dakala dakala, I think it is WTF, and I just read it again, like what did I read? Okay, it's WFH. So just to confuse the audience, I just make that. My dear friends, when you're working at home, create the environment. Create the environment means ඔගලන්ගේ desk එක where you're working, how is your office space? අර office desk එක සමහර වෙලාවට තියෙන්නේ with your papers, books, අර sticky notes, අරවා මෙව්වා. Keep all those ready and make your home desk like your office desk, so that you have that mental picture to work in an office. Number two, close off all distractions, where children will come, your pet will come, noises you hear, distractions you hear. When you are working, some fellow is shouting pull and going in the road. Leave out all this. Best is that you lock yourself in a separate room and assume that you're working from there. Two more points: make a schedule. Not two more, few more. Get busy. Now when you're doing this, try to do like a lot of work and you will feel that I'm working, I'm really working from home. I am seriously working from home. Now you will get others involved. If you are getting up if you are getting up early morning and actually starting to work, don't just do it. Don't just do it. Like, okay, start at 9:15. What should you do? Call your colleague and say, Machang, I can't understand this, can you just check this? That fellow is saying, Machang, I'm sleeping now. No, hey, what the hell? Yeah, can you like get up and start working? Because I have started to work. If one person starts this and says to the other, and the other, the whole team automatically is on 9 at 9:15 or whatever. Then get everyone on one conference call. You can use Zoom, you can use Skype. Today Skype is very easy. You can use the Facebook Messenger. Okay, you can get all of them in a conference call. You can see all of them working. Get your company to fund your data packages for all this, and what you do is, don't cut the line. Don't make anyone dare cut the line. Keep the line on. See everyone working. See, you monitor others working, let others monitor you working. See how everyone is working in the screen, and work like this for a couple of hours and see. I'll tell you, it's very fun. Celebrate success. You do a call and you are satisfying a client's need, celebrate that, shout out loud. Just, like Domino's, when people go out of Domino's, thank you very much, they shout, hey, they're enjoying work. They are enjoying work. It's like my buddy, you might have your work buddy who always jokes and laughs, and like I am in my office, I'm very loud for, I laugh loud for jokes. People, I'm missing that environment. But here on my phone, on my conference call, if I laugh out loud, they feel that I am near them, and I get the work culture thing. Finally, transform. It's time for you to be. This slide is super important, my dear friends. Okay, super important. I'm done with the presentation with two more slides, and in 3 minutes I'll be done, and I'll be opening this for Q&A. It's time to be more than an employee. You are not an employee anymore. This is the time. This time never came. This time has never come. We have been hit by tsunami, it never came. We have been hit by the Easter attacks, we still got up from that. We have been hit by, the during the terrorist attacks in the last 30 years. Did companies close? No. Did schools close? No, it was working. Remember, you and I think in my period, I went to school wearing colored uniform, meaning colored dress. This didn't close. This lockdown has never happened like this before. You are to transform now. You are not an employee anymore. Who are you? You are a partner now with your organization. You are not an employee anymore. You are a partner now. Make sure that you feel to be as a partner. One before the last slide. You asked all these questions in the beginning, and I told you that I'm going to finish with this slide. What's my salary? Where do I start? What's my workstation? Who is my immediate boss? Is he a shape person? What time do I start work? What are my off days? Do you know what has this changed? This has changed into this. I don't know whether you noticed, I changed my slide, right? Bullet point number one. I am a person who is willing to work anytime during the day. See how I have changed. When I came to work, I am worried about where my chair is. I'm worried about what my work time is. Huh? It's 9 o'clock, 9 to 5. Can I run out of 5? You know that some employees by 4:30, 4:45, ඒගොල්ලන් pack කරගෙන යන්න දැන් last වෙලා ඉන්නවා ගිහලා ඇඟිල්ල ගහන්න in the fingerprint machine. But now everything is changed. I'm scared about my job. I'm scared about my clients. I'm scared about the future. I am ready to work the extra hours. I am willing to work anytime during the day. Number two, no need of fuel allowance. I am ready to now work without a fuel allowance. Why? I need to go to that last drop. No need a desk or a chair. When I came, I demanded, my dear boss, I am sorry, I demanded for a desk and a chair. I don't need a desk and a chair. I don't need matame kepa. I don't want to have lunch during break. I don't need to go for a tea or for a smoke. These are all luxuries now. A tea and a smoke is a luxury. Huh? We are talking about essentials. I have a valid curfew pass. That is what I want. I can work without AC. Dear boss, how I used to complain that the AC is not working in the company and I'm sweating. Now I'm sweating and I'm bearing this sweat. I don't need AC anymore. No need for a designation. My dear boss, I am not keen of what designation you are giving to me. Please, I want to work and I want to add value. And I am willing to learn things. This is where it is. My dear folks, everyone from Amana, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Azim, for bringing me involved here. The Q&A is open now. This is my Instagram page, Intikab Zulfa. You can follow me. I discuss some of this stuff and create strategies for those who think they want strategies. I just do it on my stories. You can join with me and you can add me on Facebook and chat with me. Comment on anything of what I have and share things with me. So thank you very much. Now I open the floor for Q&As to shoot it out. Thank you for giving me this time. I think I exactly took about little more than an hour, but I think I spoke something very, very important. You can ask your questions now. Thank you. A question is being asked, can you share some free online learning portals apart from Udemy? I basically use something called Kahoot. I'll just type it here. Kahoot is a program which has Q&As. You might know this. Kahoot. Kahoot is one. There is Quizit. Quizlet, sorry, Quizlet. That's number two. There is another one. While you're asking the other questions, I'll just check my uh, phone thing, I remember I had another one more thing. Uh, I'll just see and get back. But you can actually post your other questions until basically I get that other wording done. Yeah. Anyone wants to use the mic or anyone wants to chat, please welcome to do it.
Seems like everyone is shocked after hearing that worst case scenario. Things then come up.
uh,
So everyone, it's time for you to shoot some questions. Put Intikab on trouble.
Bring it on. Sorry, not quiz. Quiz it. It's called quiz. Quizlet. It's called quizlet.com. Yeah. Get enrolled with quizlet.com. Kahoot, I run it in my classes, in my training sessions. I run it in. I actually run it even in my house. When everyone is free, we actually create this learning tool to learn, and there is a Q&A, and you can use on your phone, and there is marks given. So I try to compete more than my brother or my cousin. While you're doing this, if you can share your screen using TeamViewer or anything like that, you can play this with someone even overseas. And I play with my friends overseas also when I get free time. You can actually learn quite a lot. I used to learn quite a lot with this as well. Yeah. That was for Fatima Zahira. The girls are asking questions. The ladies asking questions. Can we get the brothers to ask some questions? Someone has asked about the slides, right? I will send these slides and keep it to the admin, right? Anything else?
No sounds at all.
Maybe their mics are not working.
Mm. We do have few questions now.
Okay, right. Um, okay. Brother, I sent you a private message. Just check that. Okay. Okay. Right. Till then, uh, do you suggest on any depression? Do you suggest on any anti-depression methods to post? Okay. Anti-depression methods has actually changed. This is not the depression, which we used to have, like, when there is when there is basically a problem, or someone has died in my family and I get depressed and things like that. It's something actually more worse than that, that this is a layer of depression that even medical doctors are still learning. I'll tell you a type of new depression which medical doctors don't have a solution and still learning. That's by the name of social media depression. I just teach this in my sessions because it's new, and I say that there is no solution for this, but it's just that people can talk about it. Social media depression is when you go on Facebook and when you go on Instagram, you look at the success of what other people are going through, and you feel that you are unsuccessful in life. You see your friend has a Benz car and you don't have one. You see your friend partying in New York or in Los Angeles or somewhere, and you think that I don't even have a passport. Like, what the hell? My life is always useless. You see someone else going to Shangri-La having good tasty food, and you don't not even have any food to eat. You think you're useless and you get depressed. You compare that you are ugly because someone else is using filters to make themselves look sharp features with beautiful images, looking like models, wearing good clothes, and you feel that, hey, I am not like this. I am ugly. I don't have a good personality. By then, a sickness comes to you as social media depressed. There is no medicine for this. Doctors are still testing this. This is symptoms have actually come out from 2018 and 19, and in universities, in medical colleges, they are still testing in this. Likewise, the depression of the Great Depression, of what I'm talking about here, of what we are psychologically facing. what we are psychologically facing, not interacting with humans, not talking to people, talking through our touchscreen devices. We already told and we already knew that these touchscreen devices are not good for our body, it's not good for our eyes, but we are now doing it. Everyone is now doing it. Those people who are very old who used to go for a walk, they are now staying at home. They are scared to go out. A fear is being enforced. Always they hear is bad news, how many deaths around the world, how much of problems are happening. When they don't get to hear the good news or the positives of COVID-19, that's actually a bit of a problem. So the only way of finding yourself isolated from this is keep your ears close to bad news and keep yourself away from this. You might get less depressed. If not, you might get depressed. And don't think that you're a very strong figure, you will not get depressed in life. No, every strong person will get depressed in his life. It is like that. No matter how strong you are, you will get depressed. Oprah Winfrey, the world's richest billionaire lady who ran the Winfrey show, the world's richest billionaire, she has got depressed in her life many times, and she has gone to even suicide, gets herself suicided also. This is it will happen. You can be a person who is poor and get depressed. You can be a person who is rich and get depressed. You can be an actor and get depressed. You can be a CEO and get depressed. It is for everyone. In Bollywood, how many actors have got depressed and suicided, my dear friends? How many of you all know about the show Mind Your Language? You know, in Mind Your Language, the English teacher, do you know that he got depressed and he suicided himself? He was a successful comedian in the 1980s. We know only him for Mind Your Language as the teacher, Mr. Brown. He did so many other comedy shows. I still watch them in the early 90s. He couldn't take certain problems and he actually suicided himself. So be away from bad news on whatever it is, right? Uh, I'm going through the order of these questions. Now you guys are rocking.
We
now
have a
you
lot of questions.
okay, now you guys are rocking, right?
Some serious questions.
uh okay. As it's going to really hit all. Okay, hi Intikab. More people will have to come back home losing jobs. What do you think of the job competition? The job competition is going to be very competitive. It's going to be different. New people will get new jobs. New people will be doing different things. They will even go to the extent of adjusting their salary scale. I mean, earlier I did this job for 10,000 rupees. I am now ready to go for 2,000 rupees. Please, can you consider something? There are a lot of changes like this happening in terms of the trends. How do you do it and things like that. This is a very bad time for anyone who is waiting to change their careers. Who changed their careers in January, who started something in January, because we never forecasted this, though COVID-19 was in line on December 15th or 14th. But things have drastically changed. The job competition is going to be high. My say is that there will be worldwide millions of jobs. There won't be a recession of which has hit the entire humanity like this. We know that the Spanish flu stayed for 4 years. That was but way back then. Now it's all linked, man. Now you can't compare the Spanish flu with now and then. This is linked. Every industry is getting caught for this. Every industry is getting affected. From a guy who sells a salon, who cuts your hair, from a beggar in the road, for anyone who is selling any complicated items like gem jewelry and branded items. Everyone has hit it. Everyone is like got it, like. So everyone's job is at stake at the moment. So it's highly, to, as I said, follow those instructions to differentiate yourself, add value in what you do. In your thought, Abdurrahman, in your thought, what do you think about getting a job for the youngsters in the future? Youngsters in the future, they will be very competitive, very complicated unless they have got themselves digitalized, qualified in digital knowledge, done anything digitally. Now, for an example, think that you just finished your O levels or A levels. You are bored at home. You thought you're going to do your career to become an influencer. You just ask someone to take a camera and you recorded videos, recorded. You started a Facebook page. You started an Instagram page. You started a YouTube channel, and you started TikTok. And you're like, now nicely doing this. While you're doing this, your cousins and your father and your mother is scolding you and saying, what the hell are you doing? Aren't you going to work? Don't you find a job? Start applying. But you're not doing anything. You're doing content creating in all these social media platforms, like what influencers are doing now. When you go to get a job, at the end of the day, they will ask you what's your contact base. That is something which our CVs are going to tell in the future. It is a must that you have a Facebook page, and it is a must that your Facebook page has relevant amount of networks which you're attached with. The more network you have, the more your company will want to work with you. The lesser network you have, the lesser your company will be interested and keen in you. So youngsters will find creative ways actually to do this. How to find, okay, how do you find ourselves, how to find ourselves depressed? Aisha, how do you find ourselves depressed is very tough, because we don't understand that. It's actually what others have to actually say. We might be mood out, we might be having some symptoms in our body that we sleep too often, we look at things negatively, we fight often, we don't look at the positive part of life, we keep complaining. Whatever which has a negative flow, this is something which actually makes a person to understand that this one is depressed. එහෙම කියද්දී that person will disagree that that person is depressed. එහෙම එකකුත් තියෙනවා. No, 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 I am okay, I am not depressed. Anyone who tells like that, just go through his symptoms and see the individual will be depressed like that. What's your idea on major investments on digital platforms for a bank? Will it not be a risk if things get normal, as Sri Lankan computer literacy is also low? Is it not better to go with the flow without planning for a distant horizon and having bonded planning at present? Horizon scanning is to break it to present, very close, far, very far, and beyond that. So there are 5 stages which you create. You're supposed to create according to whatever it is. My extremes are in the far most extreme to get ready with the worst case scenario. But as at now, as you say, Sri Lanka's computer literacy is number one. That's number one. Computer penetration, phone penetration is however high, internet penetration is however improving, and the digital penetration is kind of picking up. We are not actually savvy like India. India is much more greater ahead of us, but at least we are in the bound of going into it. What is your idea of a bank investing in digital platforms at the moment? I would say without investing too much of money, to invest in little bit of areas of whatever they can possibly create by now. Now to have mobile commerce, e-commerce and a mobile app for standard thing is important. Later upgrade your mobile app to do other things where you can make people not come to the bank but to stay at home and do everything from a bank. In my lectures in 2017 and 18, I predicted, that has still not happened I think, but I predict that people will get checks at home. They will take a picture of a check via the app and make the check to be realized via the app, and you will have the check with you. You're not going to visit the bank physically. That will come, guys, one day. I don't know when, but it's a scenario which I predict, and trust me, it will come like that. That is what I believe what banks should do. In general, I believe that banks will eliminate their branches. Banks will rethink whatever they do. They will look at blockchain technology, study about the blockchain technology, study about concepts like e-wallet, e-cash, virtual cash. These concepts might be really important. In 2016, in my slides, I predicted Apple will have a credit card launched. They didn't launch until 2018 or 19. In my slides in 2016, I predicted two other organizations which will have credit cards. That is Google and Facebook. Google will one day have a credit card. Facebook will one day have a credit card, right? It has not yet come. It's not even in development. But if you want, record this and keep. One day you will tell me that I told the truth, at least in 2025. They will definitely have this. So it's utmost important that you get ready for this. Would you recommend South Korea model in our recovery process? Sorry, Naina Marikar, I am not exactly familiar with the recovery model of South Korea. I'm kind of little bit familiar with what New Zealand has done and things like that, how they were actually balancing out the lockdown. I disagree with what United States is going through, where they kind of have a split in how to do the background, and Donald Trump is kind of messed out there. With South Korea, I really don't know what did they do. Only thing is, I knew that the Korean leader was missing and the Korean leader is shooting people. These kind of things. I really don't know what else really took place in North Korea and South Korea. I'm sorry. Okay, so if I don't know, I really don't know. Rosek, thank you, Intikab and Rise. I'm leaving from. Okay, that's not a question. Okay, never never mind Google. Okay, Google Digital Garage, Facebook Blueprint, and Google Skill Shop certificate will be accepted when applying new jobs in the future. Currently, it has been happening a trend only. People are collecting it and keeping it. I believe the digital certificates will be useful in the future. I think, Sinan, that's a very good valid point you've made. If anyone who has done any virtual lectures, virtual courses, keep those certificates saved somewhere. Legitimately, those are valid. Those are valid not now, but it will be valid in the future, right? What are the major roles of AI for the next decade? Oh, that's my favorite. What are the major roles of AI for the next decade? And based on this, unemployment will occur and how to overcome the situation. Arshad, your question can be discussed for the next 1 hour. But okay, AI is the AI. Deep learning is the future. AI will be involving around every industry, whatever you can. AI will interrupt sports. When I say sports, any sport. In 2018, I created a project proposal of how AI, with a student of mine, how AI is going to replace machine learning and deep learning is going to replace referees for soccer matches. Soccer matches in future, not so. It's going to reply your question where about unemployment. In future, soccer matches will not have referees. They will be having deep learning softwares to learn of how sportsmen are going to play soccer. This will go to replacing cricket umpires. This will go to also replacing politicians doing certain things. Do you know that we will have a strong AI system to predict who will be the next president of Sri Lanka? Can you believe that? Do you know that we will have an equipment to predict who will be the Sri Lankan president in 2060? And for fun, now this is just a joke. I hope I am okay to joke here. For jokes in class, I used to say, who knows? It can even be Rohita Rajapaksa's little fellow who is going to be the president in 2060. If there is an AI system, even predicting that is currently possible. AI machine learning is already here. We are in the AI era. Only thing is, it's we are learning about it. While this all goes on into learning about AI, universities are going to use this to actually understand whether this person will fit this course or not. Medical doctors will be able to predict, will you have wakugadu, what is this, kidney problems in the age of 45 or in the age of 30. The way you're drinking water now, the way you're eating your biryani and vatalapam, the oil, with the oil containing in that, what type of health complications you will have, what type of soft drinks do you get, and at which age will you get sugar diseases like diabetes, how often do you smoke, when will you get mouth cancer. These kind of things AI is going to have. As a result, what's going to happen is it's going to have a drastic hit on unemployment. But my dear students, I always tell, please, sorry, I call you students, my dear friends, please always keep it in your mind that AI will make you lose jobs, but we have not thought of how many jobs are created because of AI. How many jobs are created because of AI? If 100 job losses are there, there will be 30 to 40 jobs created because of AI. Try to learn that job. There you go. Try to learn that job. Staff are keen to support the organization 100%. Thereby, they are online almost always. This is stressful for all, virtually 24/7. Any suggestions to keep all afloat at this time? This is too extreme, actually. I mean, I understand that it is like that. Even I get tired looking at the screen too long. You won't believe how I'm sitting now. I'm folding my legs and actually sitting. I have some sessions which go for 3 4 hours. After a point, I need a break. I need to take it off. My dear students, I think this is sorry. I have again told students for y'all. Sorry. Apologies. My dear friends, Nista has asked this question. I'll tell you an important principle. How many? Raise your hands in the device if you have heard of this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Dr. Stephen Covey. Just raise up your hands. Yes, yes. I worked for Dr. Stephen Covey in 2005, 6, 7. Okay. Uh, Oh, we are to hit the end time plan 1 hour. Yes. Okay, right, guys. We are going to close off. Okay. Before I close off, the last question is in Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I worked for him in 2006 and 7. The last habit which he told in this is to sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw is when a wood. He's called a lumberjack. When he's going to cut wood, අර දර එකපාරට කප ඉන්න it gets motter. It gets blunt. He has to sharpen the saw and again use it. Likewise, if you are always regularly doing the same thing all over again, your skills will get blunt. Take rest and come again. That is called sharpening the saw. Please refer Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Sorry, I had to rush that one. Okay, admin. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know 1.5 hours had gone. And admin, you're on mute. Okay, yes, I can hear.
Yeah.
Yes, tell me.
Cool. No, I just want to give you a reminder. If you want to continue, I'm okay to continue for
No,
focus also.
my goodness, 1.5. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for the valuable questions. I seriously did not understand time going on like this. My dear friends, study about AI. Artificial intelligence is everything in the future. Your phone, the Google predictive screen you have in your chat box, the Truecaller. How many of you all are using Truecaller? Truecaller is kind of a semi AI tool. How many of you all are using Google Maps? The Google map can predict next week where you are going. That is an AI device. It's a semi AI device. AI is here. AI is not future. Don't think AI is a conspiracy or it's science fiction in 2030, 35. I will study it later. AI is here. It's now intact. AI is here. Study anything and everything relating to AI. You will want to understand and predict who your customers are, what are their future things, how are they going to work. Facebook is going to connect with banks to connect where they will figure out their AI system. Their AI system failed. Facebook's AI system failed, but they are taking AI to the next level to see how many people are going through to monitor in Facebook how many pictures of cars do you follow, do you look into it. And they send a message to the bank and saying, this guy is looking at car pictures always. I think you can sell him a loan to buy a vehicle. Why don't you contact him? Likewise, AI is predicting things in the future and it's already happening. I'm done with this. Jeffrey, welcome to everyone who have sent messages. Our brother has recorded this. You can have the recording, and I will also need the just to check on this of whatever I spoke. So you can send it
Sure.
across to me, and I'm done. Thank you very much, guys, and I wish all of you all the very best. And I'm done with this. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Intiga. It was quite a session. A big thank
Welcome.
you for you. Basically, like
Thanks to
till
Azim.
I'm
Thanks to Azim Sahib to get him involved.
exactly. Azim Sahir was the person who made everything arranged to get things done sorted. So thanks for Azim as well. Uh, guys, like Intiga, if you can take the slides off, we can take a screenshot with everyone because we have around more than
Okay.
45. Because I think this is the highest number of participants were there because we got around 50 to 55. I'm really happy
Alhamdulillah.
about that. So everyone, if you
Hey,
can give a
Razi,
thumbs up.
Razi and Ali Mawjud, nice to see that you guys were here. Okay.
Okay, so everyone, if you can take your video, keep your videos on and give a thumbs up. So on the go of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Cool thing.
Cool. Okay, Intika, thanks a lot then. Thanks again for your wonderful session. Hope to meet you again, inshallah, with a different topic as well. So we'll see how the time allocates for that.
Welcome.
Okay, then
Welcome.
everyone, I'm gonna
Razi Giado,
sign off.
see you. And Ali Mawjud, see you. Thank you very much, guys. I'm off. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign it off. See you all on the next session. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.